I'm going to do a post-fight review for the Canelo Alvarez Jermell Charlo fight. It's not a whole lot to report in this fight, to be honest with you. It was basically one man stalking another man and one man running all around the ring. Jermell Charlo ran all night long, basically, and really didn't want to engage. When he's asking in this particular post-fight press conference about it, he doesn't really have an answer for you. It's not because of Canelo's IQ, it's not because of his power, but then he can't explain to you why he was just aimlessly running around the ring all night. This fight really didn't, for it to be two undisputed titleists, one in the 154 division, one in the 168 division, this fight didn't have a lot of big fight sizzle to it. The pre-fight walk-in for both fighters, Canelo came with kind of some hip-hop, Mexican type music, Mexican artists. It really just didn't have a lot of big fight sizzle to it. Jermell Charlo walked out. Looks like he was going to a funeral. He just looked like he really wanted to be there. To me, like he was scared the whole time. It just, for a person that says he's been fighting since he was 8 years old, you couldn't tell the way he was, running around the ring and all scared. And to me, if that was Canelo's, he said it's one of his best performances, then he shouldn't even try to fight Dimitri Bivol again. That's going to be an easy win for Dimitri Bivol. Canelo doesn't have good feet. He can't avoid a jab. He gets hit with the jab way too easily. He gets hit with hooks way too easily. He only throws one punch. He doesn't have a killer instinct anymore. It was several times he could have went after Jamal. He didn't. To me, it just looked like glorified sparring, and both of them should be ashamed that they even are taking the customers' money. $85 for that shit. Nah, that was ridiculous. But anyway, Jermell Charlo is at his press conference grinning like a chess cat, and after he lost the 12-round fight, didn't win one round, and he's grinning like a chess cat, happy with his terrible performance. But I'm not going to hold you guys. I'm going to let him talk, and I'm just going to chime in because we really don't need to do a lot about this particular fight. No X's and O's need to be broken down in this fight. Jermell Charlo didn't have a plan. Him and Derrick James didn't have a plan. Their only plan was to run and run and run and run. Plan A, run. Plan B, run faster. Plan C, run faster, then faster, then faster. What's plan D in case plan A, B, and C don't work? Repeat it, run, repeat it. Just run. Anyway, let Jermell Charlo grin at y'all and talk about his performance. He's going to talk about it, and I'm just going to chime in. Look at it, just as happy. I ain't never seen a man get whooped this happy. Look at it, boy. He just as happy. Just happy he didn't get knocked out. Look at it, and made some money and cheated y'all.
Took a chance, jumped out there strong, right off a hand injury. Jumped up there.
Look at this dude. This dude is making excuses. He said he jumped up there off a hand injury and all this nonsense. This guy is a PBC special. And I'm going to tell you something. If you're spending $85 to see these pay-per-views with these PBC scrubs, and I mean all of them are scrubs, not just the top ones to the bottom. These are some scrub fighters. They're not good fighters, period. Don't waste your money on them, because anytime they go outside that promotion, they get their asses kicked. We can just go down the line, but I don't have to. You know the ones. If you don't, I'll explain it to you later.
One of the best guys in the division, one of the best guys in boxing. So my head is held high. I am proud of myself. I've done an awesome job for life.
We can tell. No, you didn't do no awesome job. You just happy. For what I don't know.
And my crew and my team. And I love boxing, so I'm not going nowhere. And
we wish you were going somewhere. We wish you would retire off of that sorry ass performance. You basically made people waste $85 for that bullshit. Well, if they were stupid enough to spend $85 for that bullshit.
Just jump right into it. And, Canelo's a motherfucking bitch. You know what I'm saying? He'll ox. Maybe.
Look at him. He loved Canelo. He didn't want to punch Canelo. He should have just went ahead and asked him, could he have his number after the fight? Shit.
I felt that more because of the fact that, this is my first time in the weight division. I wish I could have gained a little bit more weight in between, from the weigh in to that time. But I can't control my body, and I can't, but like God had this already written. And, I'm glad that I was in there with you, to put on the performance for Showtime pay-per-view.
You didn't put on no performance for nobody, dude. That shit was sad. You should be ashamed of yourself. You're not ashamed of yourself. You happy with yourself. You just as happy. Didn't do shit and happy.
Questions?
Hey, Jermell, did you feel like his strength was an issue? Like, he was able to kind of back you up a lot throughout the fight. Was that an issue?
I feel like, you can't just charge at any fighter, you can't, his power did.
Listen to him stutter. You can't just
but it wasn't like too dominant to a point where I couldn't come forward. I should have came forward a little bit more in this fight.
Wait a minute. And see, this dude talks out the side of his neck. He says he basically breaks Canelo down and cuts him down and says, well, his power wasn't too much. I should have came forward more. The question is then, why didn't you do it?
But I'm a human, and you get tired, your lateral movement, and like I said, I felt some of his punches, so it was cool.
And I think you said you weighed about 172 or 173.
Just tell the truth. You felt some of his punches and you decided you didn't want to go in there. You were scared.
In your opinion, what would have been optimal if you could have, gotten a little heavier? How much more would have made a difference?
Maybe 5 pounds, possibly more. You know what I mean? I just felt his, the same strength that he normally have. Like what we usually see. Like I said, I was testing myself in there, so
What was your grade on your test then, sir? If you was testing yourself, you had people paying $85, people betting on you, and you just went in there just to have a little test for yourself. You test the motherfucking sparring. You don't go have people spend $85 in rent venues and people spending hard-earned money for that bullshit you put forward. What the hell is you talking about, a test?
Question in the back.
I can't see you.
Stand by.
Come on, here with the question and shit.
Yo. Mel, what's up, brother? Congratulations on just, being a part of this big event. In the 7th round, you got hit with a big shot, and you didn't initially go down. It looked like you took a knee. I kind of wanted to know what, in that moment, like, was it, you got stung and you were trying to clear your head? What happened in that moment for you?
Yeah, that was like my first time, feeling, like a woozy shot, you know what I mean? Like, I was the one always giving.
You hear this lie he told? It says the first time he ever got a woozy shot. And man, Brian Castano had him all over the ring, had his legs rubbery. Tony Harrison hit him with shots, and now all of a sudden he got that little cheapest grin on his face. First time I've been hit.
So, yeah, I knew best. I watched boxing and been a part of it so long that, if I would have just jumped out there, I'd have kind of embarrassed myself. So,
See, that's what he was worried about. He was worried about getting knocked out. He didn't want to be a meme. So he wasn't boxing to win the fight. That's why he didn't sell out. He was boxing not to get knocked out. And so he can make a payday and say, oh, I didn't get knocked out. I fought Canelo, everybody. I didn't get knocked out. He didn't knock me out. I just ran all night.
It could have been different, but I was smart enough to regroup, recover, and I recovered really fast. Probably could have stayed up or whatever, but I'd have just been fighting, trying to clear my head instead of getting head shots.
Were you really hurt in that moment? You came back and you threw a hook right after that seemed to land pretty good. You feel like you were still in the moment, like you were fine after that moment?
But yeah, I was good. I get back up. Get back up and continue to fight.
He said, get back up and continue to fight. Look how he looking. He doing good damn well. He did not get back up and continue to fight. He got back up, threw one punch to get him off. Like I said in my pre-fight, he don't like nobody up on him. He gonna throw a punch to try to get you up off of him. And now once he threw that one punch, that actually backed Canelo up a little bit. Because like I said, Canelo ain't invincible. Then once he did that, he continued his path of running. He in good shape. That's one thing I can say about him. He can
right
run.
Here in the front row.
He can run.
Willie Ramirez with the Associated Press. You mentioned to Kevin that he's not the type of opponent that you just charge at, that you come out. Throughout the fight, it looked as if you were trying to sort of get into your groove, but he was controlling the tempo. Was there ever a point in the fight you felt comfortable, that you felt that you were in control or at your pace, your tempo, or did you feel that you were having to adapt and fight?
I really don't know what round it was, but it was like within some of the later rounds. I felt like I hit him with a solid 1-2 that was kind of like effective. He didn't see some, I also hit him with a good hook that was kind of blinded. He didn't possibly see, but I felt like I never got to a real point till I can get into my.
This fool had to point to a couple of. He pointed to a couple of punches later in the fight. Fool, you never got in the rhythm because you was running the whole night. How can you get in the rhythm if all you doing is running and trying to? You was running so much you couldn't even pot shot it.
My bag like I wanted to.
His bag. Did it look like Jermell Charlo had a bag? And when I'm sorry for all you non-boxing fans, a bag means a bag of tools. He didn't have to get off into his tools. Did it look like Jermell Charlo had any tools to y'all in that fight if you watched the fight? The only tool he had was some good sneakers. He should have wore some Nikes to the ring is what he should have wore.
Jermell, how did you feel about this experience in the super middleweight division? And after your rest, who's next?
I'm going back down to 154, so that's going to be major. I can do it. I can make the weight easy. And the experience was amazing. It was cool. I appreciate fans of boxing, period. But you got to get your hats off to the Mexican fans that support boxing and come out to shows like this. I never want to leave out my African American fans because my American fans, period. I just want to say you can't lead them out because they come out just as well as the Mexican fans. It's just one is crazier than the other.
Look at him, all teeth. He just is. Have you ever seen somebody get whooped this happy?
Jermell.
Yeah.
Back here, Keith Heidig from BoxingScene.com. Jermell, at the higher weight that you were tonight, did you feel sluggish or anything, or how did you feel when you were moving around the ring?
He felt good, trust me, because he ran the whole fight. He did not feel sluggish at all.
Bit. I'm used to moving around much lighter, of course, but it was fine. I moved around. I was just trying to, follow my game plan of my coaches.
What was their game plan, Jermell? For you to run
and
not engage?
A part of that was, really coming forward, but.
But you know what?
Moving around was a part of the game plan too.
No. You said something. You said coming forward was part of the game plan too. What happened to that part of the plan?
Then, I felt the weight, of course.
See, he don't want to say nothing about coming forward because if he tells you why he didn't come forward, he got to go on and bitch out. He got to go on and tell you how bitch he is if he can tell you why he ain't coming forward.
Jermell, over here. Congratulations on your effort.
Lord have mercy. See, that's the problem with these kids. We congratulate them for nothing. Give him a participation prize for running around the ring. He's a grown-ass 30-some-year-old man.
Given you've said you're going back to 154, you've got 3 of the belts in that division. Is the obvious fight to make the winner of Tim Tszyu and Brian Mendoza?
I just follow the plans and I fight whoever. Obviously, we can see. It's about being great, and
now he say he follow the plan and fight whoever.
Already a legend.
Why didn't you follow the plan when Derrick James was telling you to go after? Why didn't you follow the plan when Derrick James was telling you to step forward and punch? Why didn't you follow the plan when he was on the ropes being a punching bag?
Boxing. Hopefully y'all put me in the Hall of Fame. I don't know who the hell controls that, but
I put you in the Hall of Fame for what? Put you in the Hall of Shame the way you ran.
Deserve it.
Put you in the Track and Field Hall of Fame.
And possibly I'll come back to 154, or I'll just listen to my coaches, let them tell me what to do next, and I'm on it.
Would you like to become undisputed again though at 154?
Of course, but it's about fighting the best fights and making.
See, he can't even lie. It's about fight.
The most money at this point in my life and career. So fighting, Brian Mendoza or Tszyu, who got an Australian fan base, it's just not as satisfying to me sometimes. But like I said, I listen to my coaches, follow the plans of my management, and go from there.
They was trying to find you an easy enough fight, but you so sorry they probably thought to themselves, we can't let you fight Tim Tszyu nor Brian Mendoza because you'll probably lose. They tried to find you somebody to get you the biggest payday.
Jermell,
that way you get your ass
Amador from No Puedes Jugar Boxeo. And the same question, please, for Johan Guzman. You mentioned that you can beat Canelo, that you are ready to beat his skills. Canelo's skills surprise you? Because Canelo mentioned it's different when you talk about me, but in the ring it's gonna be different. So Canelo's skills surprise you?
Personally, I don't want to say it surprised me. He showed his attention span was a lot thicker in the ring than it seems.
What? This man is a professional boxer, and he talking about his attention span.
I don't speak Spanish, so I don't know their game plan. But
so if you spoke Spanish, they'd have gave you the game plan, dumbass.
Just watching his skills in the ring with me, I felt like I could have did a lot more.
Listen to this motherfucker, this disingenuous motherfucker. I felt like I could have done more. So basically, you're downplaying his skill level, but yet you didn't do shit in the ring to exploit his skill level, but you're talking about his skill set after the fight as though you could have done something. Boy, these PBC fighters, they something else.
Then I did. So I've seen it before. I've been in the ring with a lot of different fighters, and I've seen people with, I've seen skills. And
No. You ain't. He couldn't even lie. He finna say, I've seen somebody with the same amount of skill. Well, if you seen somebody with the same amount of skill, why did you fight them and didn't fight him?
He has some great skills in the ring. You got to give it to him. I don't even know when the last time I even talked about his skills. Like, that's just something that he needed to motivate himself. Oh, so well be it. We're here to fight, and I got in there to fight. It's simple as that. So skills.
Look at it. See, that's a PBC fighter for you. They don't even understand what you asking about skills for. Skills? I don't understand what you asking about. Skills? You mean you got skills in boxing? What? He's almost annoyed that you ask him about skills. Because you know why? Because he doesn't have any. None of those guys do. None of them do. That's why they all avoid real fights. I mean, you can go down the line, and anytime they step out there, because what they think they're stepping out in, they don't realize it. A la Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury, he stepped out, got his ass whooped when he was thinking he had an easy fight. Stephen Fulton, in a way, got his ass whooped. Well, Errol Spence knew better with Terrence Crawford. He just had to go on and step out there and get that ass whooped because people was asking him, and he just had to go on out there. But these fighters already know the deal. They already know the deal.
At the top of your pound for pound, and you're one of the best fighters in the world, you got to have some type of skills. So,
type of skills.
I'm not believing in skills. Shit, I don't know when I didn't believe in his skills. So I don't care about that. I don't believe in nobody's skills. You know.
This explains why they get their asses whooped.
I think I'm the best fighter in the world. I still think that right now. So
you can't think that. You ran around the ring for 12 whole rounds, barely engaged the man, and you still talking about you think you the best fighter in the world? These PBC fighters, along with these Charlo boys, they're delusional. They have delusions of grandeur. Anytime that you can run around the ring for 12 rounds, and your resume doesn't say anything about you being this great fighter, and you think you're something big. The best fighter that you beat on your resume is Tony Harrison, possibly, and Brian Castano, and you think that you're the best fighter in the world? Delusional. These motherfuckers are delusional.
I'm cool with that.
Look at you. I know
you're
cool.
Jermell right here.
Because you're delusional.
Dan Rayfield over to the side.
How you doing?
I'm good. Thank you. I wondered, it seemed like, you obviously got behind in a hole early. No doubt about that. So I wonder at what point in the fight did you realize this is not going how I wanted it to go? And at some point, I'm going to have to radically change the plan and maybe try to sell out a little bit or whatever. Because it just never really seemed to happen.
Yeah, it didn't. It sucks. Yeah, the second round, Coach Derek let me know, like I slipped up on that round. And I lost the second round, and I was like, damn. So I just never got to a point where I could make the fight more, to a point where they could put a little bit of pressure on his team a little bit more pressure on him as well. So I you know, that's part of it.
So
what's part of it? What's part of it? You didn't put any pressure on him? You didn't fight? What's the problem?
The other question I had then was, and maybe I missed this before I came in, when he dropped you, I think it was the 7th round.
Yeah.
What kind of power did he have, and did that make you reticent to try to sell out the rest of the fight because you might get caught with something huge coming back?
Nah, I don't know what you mean by sell out.
Just
you a boxer and you don't know what he means by sell out, or are you just playing dumb? Either you dumb or you playing dumb, but it might be a little of both. Shit.
like go for it. You know, not wildly and recklessly, but
look at him. He was like, why would you ask me would I go for it against Canelo? This is a boxer, and he's literally doesn't want. He's wondering and looking at this man like, why would you be asking me to go for it?
Go and do what you can do and try to really
just
pick up the pace.
No sellout period whatsoever. It was just about continuing.
He said no sellout period. Did you hear what he said? No sellout. He was not going to go full blast to win this fight.
Just fight the way you fight.
And that's the way you fight, Jermell Charlo. I've seen you fight 30 other fights before this one. I've never seen you run this much. Shit.
Try to optimize everything that the coaches say and hurry up and get it done. And so
how was you gonna hurry up and get it done? It's 3-minute rounds. You fought 12 3-minute rounds, 36 minutes of fighting. Explain to me how you were gonna hurry up and get it done if you weren't gonna quote unquote sell out. Explain to me how that was gonna be done, Jermell.
It was a flash. It was like a shot I didn't see, you know, and I regrouped myself. I gave myself a chance to regroup, but I thought like, okay, now we got to go back and win the next few rounds because I know, you know, it's an 8-10 round.
Okay, why didn't you go back and win them then? What was the reason you didn't go back? You just said you wanted to win some rounds once you got knocked down or whatever happened. Why didn't you go back and try that?
Thank you.
See, that's what I'm saying with these sports writers and these sports people now. They don't ask you any tough questions. They let you sit around and tiptoe and dance around your performance after you've had people pay $85. And what you should be asking them is why did you have people pay $85 if you didn't really want to come to fight? If you just wanted to come and run around the ring and all this nonsense that you did, and how can you expect somebody to want to pay $85 to see you do the same thing in another fight?
Jermell, over here.
Okay.
Mohammed Mubarak with EURweb.com.
Hello, Mom.
Throughout the fight, it seemed to be a habit that he had of putting you in a headlock and trying to get rough with you.
Right.
Look at him. He's so happy somebody saw that he don't know what to do.
Did it bother you anytime? Any of those tactics?
No, not at all. I don't think so. I think.
Well, first of all, see, you don't know nothing about boxing. I don't know who sent you to cover boxing. But if Charlo wouldn't have been running and grabbed him like he was trying to rent a hotel room with Canelo, or like he wanted to get Canelo or be Canelo's side bitch, it would have never happened. He started running and grabbing Canelo as soon as Canelo started fighting him. So what was Canelo to do? You running with your head down at him. And so Canelo just trying to make sure you ain't getting close to the family jewels because you selling out and you don't know what you want to do. Shit.
I do remember the headlock a few times. Matter of fact, every time I kind of got in that position, I felt that, you know, he's a clever.
He said every time he's gonna say every time I came at him, but he couldn't make himself say that. So he said every time I got in that position. What position was that? Position of bitch position? What position was it?
The fighter.
Do you think that maybe if you were a little more aggressive throughout the fight,
I could steal that from him in the future?
Or do you think that if you could have been more aggressive?
He wide-eyed about Canelo there. I wonder did he ask Canelo for his number after this fight? Say, hey, can I get your number?
Then you were.
I can meet you at the after party if your wife ain't gonna be there.
Throughout the fight.
I could have been more aggressive, honestly.
Now that's the most honest thing he said during this whole press conference. Yeah, you could have been more aggressive. You should have been more aggressive. Had people spend $85
Jermell,
on bullshit.
To your right on the button.
Yeah.
Francisco Salazar, Ring Magazine. One of the game plans that Al Bernstein focused on for Canelo was cutting off the ring. Do you think that maybe that was one component that maybe worked against you, that he cut off the ring more quicker, more sooner than you expected him to do?
No, I actually thought that I mean, if you're from Ring Magazine, you know, boxing, when you're in a square circle, I felt like I was rotating pretty well, getting around, and I was actually able to catch a lot of shots with my gloves. So
okay, why didn't you catch it and shoot? Why didn't you fight back once you caught him?
I did rotate well. It was just about, you know, my attack when it came down to.
Yeah. What about your attack? Why didn't you attack? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
After I rotated and got out of the shot, you know, or blocked the shot, right. My return was my issue.
Well, why was your return your issue, though? That's the point. I mean, why was your return? You fought 30 professional fights. You're undisputed 154 champion. What was the problem?
And in my aggressiveness.
Yeah,
going forward.
Why?
Thank you.
Yeah.
See, thank you. That ain't no. You let him on.
Time for just two more, then we'll let Jermell.
Jermell Charlo. Stephen Cordeno, Carolina Sportsman. Congratulations on a great performance.
Bullshit. Quit congratulating nothing. That's a participation prize. That's what you give an 8-year-old for getting in the ring with headgear on and big gloves, and you let them go in there and play fight a little bit, and you give them both a trophy.
Great effort. Could you clarify what's going on with the WBO? I know you were going to be undisputed for this fight. They said they were going to ship you afterwards. Just what's going on?
Is the WBO in the room at all? Is there any representative for the WBO?
They're not going to say it.
Is there any representative of WBO? I can plead my case too. I don't want to fight Brian Mendoza nor Tim Tszyu. I just want you to give me my belt and let me keep it like my brother doing with personal issues and hand problems. And I get to go make some money and fight somebody I knew I wasn't going to fight and try to win like Canelo. Come on, man. This dude's full of shit.
Yes, they are. I mean, they have to, right? I mean, this is a big fight. This is, I don't know, truthfully, you know, I would like to talk with somebody from the WBO and see what kind of issues they can resolve. I don't know if they can already made their decision or whatever they made, but, you know, that was already taken from the beginning before the fight, you know, and that sucks. You know, part of life
should have been,
and a part of I gotta just continue to roll with the punches. But you know,
you fake a whole hand injury for a whole year and have a man sitting out while he's fighting, and you're not doing anything. See, they were trying to they wanted Tim Tszyu to be a little pushover for you, but when he beat Tony Harrison, knocked him out, and then he knocked out Terrell Goucher, they figured he was going to be a little too much for you, and I think you knew it too. And these PBC people, they're down for these soft matches, and once they can't find a soft match, they don't want to fight.
Jermell Charlo never get the fair end of the stick. I gotta go and fight for mine, but you know, I believe that moving up to 2 weight classes to fight for undisputed and continue to stay active. And of course, I wasn't active for a year because I was off with a hand injury.
See how you just make up shit.
And you know, from the moment that my hand got injured, the fight got canceled or whatever happened, the WBO sent me letters from like 30 letters and had me going back and forth to the doctor randomly, just having to prove to them that MRIs and CAT scans and CT scans and X-rays and any time that they wanted to, they must really you know, like got a relationship with the people in Australia. So, and
always the victim,
and that's okay with me. And I just gotta continue to.
So you think people ought to pay these fees, these exorbitant fees to these sanctioning bodies, so you can sit around and fake hand injuries and not fight them? Like you said earlier, you don't really want to fight those guys because you're looking for more big, lucrative fights. So they should just sit around and wait for you to hold a belt for years on end while you don't fight anybody.
To be a champion and continue to fight and you know, bars none. Put my heart on the line every time I get in there.
You didn't put your heart on the line at night, you cowardly lion. you should have went and asked the wizard for a heart. That's what you should do. Because you ain't got no heart, buddy.
Jermell, Lance Pugmire, ppv.com. I wanted to ask you, I know you talked about this in the ring. Terrence Crawford, does that make all the sense in the world for your next fight?
Well, you just called him out now. Go on and get that same energy you had after running around the ring with Canelo for 12 whole rounds, and you get that same energy.
You know, Terrence Crawford could be on a radar.
Could be.
I think he already probably been on Twitter, you know, like lip wrestling with the internet, just to get some clout, some fans, and it's fine. You know,
he got more fans than you. This dude's delusional.
But you know, he's a champion. He's great at what he do, and you know, my brother Earl got to get it on with him. And Earl want his lick back, so and that's what boxing is about. So for the next few years or in due time, you guys will be completely entertained.
Listen at him. Yeah. But you guys will be. He don't know what he want to do.
Maybe y'all talk a little bit more shit because that's what y'all want from me. Because Terrence Crawford been talking shit, so they're gonna bring out a different animal in me. But I don't know which animal.
He said he don't know which animal. He got a smile on his face. He gonna bring out the putty cat in it. Oh my God. He said he don't know which animal. He got them laughing. He's so happy. He lost a fight. He all cheesing and happy. They asked about Terrence Crawford, man. He just get happy. I don't know which animal he gonna bring out of. Oh shit. Terrence better watch his behind in that fight, cause shit, he might try to hump on him in that ring. Man.
But yeah, man, I can fight Terrence Crawford, man.
Jermell, thank you.
All right, that's it. But anyway, like I said, the fight itself wasn't all that good of a fight. I would show you Canelo's press conference, but basically it doesn't really, the fight's not there. The fight wasn't all that good. Canelo won unanimous decision. He dominated Jermell. It is what it is. I just wanted you to see this particular press conference with Jermell Charlo because Jermell is so delusional and he lies so much and he's part of that PBC crowd that basically they've hyped up and made you think they're real good fighters, that they aren't very good fighters. So do me a favor. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. Thank you, guys.